Okay, so this is Terror in Resonance, and I will tell you now that this anime is awesome. The reason it is because one, I did not predict anything. So that's a big plus in my book if I can't predict what's going to happen. But it is also very fresh. That's another plus because I couldn't compare it to anything else. If I can compare it to something else that I've already seen and say, oh, just like this, that means, you've seen the same thing over and over so many times that you can compare it to other things. So when I saw this Terror in Resonance, my impression was it was going to be, I thought it was going to be about like some kids that decided to like rebel and cause trouble, but it seems to be far beyond that. uh but in this anime it's basically about these two high school students, one being 9 and the other one 12, and yeah, that is their names, 9 and 12. So I can assume, something had happened and these kids weren't raised in the natural normal way that they were part of some sort of experiment or something, and they might have escaped. And their names are only designated 9 and 12. So these two kids have, I guess, from what I saw in the first episode, these kids decided to, carry out some sort of terrorist attack, and they're, they would go on YouTube and put it out there that such something is going to happen at such time, but of course not tell you exactly what's going to happen, only that something will happen. Sure enough, they would actually execute it. But the thing about this anime that should really catch you is not only is it well drawn, but it easily pulls you into the story, and you don't even know what's going on. That's the biggest thing. You don't have a clue about the background and history of any of the characters, but yet it still pulls you in, and you want to know more about all the characters and more about the reasons for them doing what they did. And also another thing that caught my interest is this girl, Mishima Riza. Now she, I guess, is getting bullied by like other students, and that's basically what caught me, because she's getting bullied, yet she gets dragged in with these two these two high school students. Well, you can't even call them high school students because there's nothing normal about them, but their personalities seem like the complete opposite. You have like 12, who seems to like be like absolutely normal, but kind of outgoing, do any type of thing, impulsive type of character. And then you got 9 that's like completely serious and like cold. So and then like I said, they dragged this girl in because she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, which you might find is predictable. You might find that part predictable, but not everything that came with it. And she seems like she just wants to get away from everybody, but I feel that she is the root of her own problems, to be honest. But now she found her escape. She's like accomplice with these terrorists, so she certainly found her escape now. So I'm really interested in seeing what happens with this bunch. So yeah, I highly suggest you watch it. It's a cool anime. Alright, so now we have Barakamon. And I'll tell you right now, this anime is a must see. You gotta see this one. Because this is like the most hilarious anime I've seen in some time now. And to be honest, I completely did not expect this one. Like, if someone had like showed me this anime and I looked at like a picture of it and seen what it was about, and I'd have passed. To be honest, I would not have even bothered with this anime. But I watched it, and I didn't expect much from it. Once I seen that was a calligrapher as the main character, I was like, okay. But I didn't expect nothing exciting or anything to draw me in. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong, because in this anime, as I said, the main character, Honda Sheishu, he's a calligrapher that after he's done, he puts his calligraphy to be judged, and the judge didn't like what he saw, and he did something very regrettable, and he paid the price for it, and decided to cool his head, go somewhere far and remote. And he does that, and he's pretty much in this village, and he's trying to move into this house, and just getting there, just like landing at this new place, already things that not gone off on a great start, because it's a village, so like not a bunch of cars or anything like that. It's like it's completely like isolated from most things. So when he gets off the airport, he realizes like there's no cars, there's no taxi, there's no nothing. So I have to walk all the way to my house. And when he finally gets to his house, he's trying to move into this house, as I was explaining, and he's having trouble doing that because one, it seems like someone already lives there, and not only that, but there's this girl, and this girl is pretty much the star of this anime, to be honest. But you basically have this girl, Katoshi Naru, and we'll just call her Naru, but Naru basically completely annoys him the entire time. He keeps booting her out of the house, and she keeps getting back in, and the village chief is trying, show him around and like help him get acquainted to like new surroundings and stuff like that, and let him settle in and stuff like that. But this this girl just keeps coming in there and like annoying him, to the point where even the chief was annoying him. He just wanted to be by himself. But you can tell that this anime basically wanted to not only show you like what Seishu is doing, but his interaction with all the people that lives on the village and whatnot, and how he deals with them, and you see how his like relationship with this 7-year-old girl Naru changes from like annoyance to like friend, and like how he like how his outlook or how he thinks about things as far as his career in calligraphy and people in general, I guess, seems to change. It's based off his interactions with the people. It seemed like they was able to soften him up eventually, but you have to see it because if it's so hilarious. The comedy of this anime is so funny that you have to see it. If you think it's gonna be boring, believe me, I would tell you it's not gonna be boring. It's gonna be hilarious. So I suggest you watch this anime ASAP. You gotta watch it because it's that funny. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that'll tell you the same thing. Like, don't sleep on this one. Like it easily could have went under the radar, but I was fortunate enough to see it. And I'm letting you all know to go watch this one. Don't let this one go by you. So, as I always say, give it a watch. And here we got Majimojo Rurumo. And again, this is like one of those type of high school animes full of comedy. And I'll say it's funny because when I watched it, I didn't think it would be funny, even though I knew it had comedy in it. But it's not as funny as the previous two anime, but but in this one, it's basically about this high school kid, Shibaki Kuta. Just call him Kuta, but Kuta, unfortunately, is like branded as like the most like perverted kid in the school, and because of that, any girls, because he's interested in girls. It's just they're all avoiding him because of his reputation. So, he began this this problem like in like elementary school. He was like flipping girls' skirts up and whatnot, and he worked his way up to middle school and then now to high school. So it's like they all heard the stories about him. And reputation stuck with him, so he has a serious issue as far as getting a girlfriend, because that seemed to be his number one goal. But his club members finds this mysterious book, and I guess his club is sort of like about magic and stuff like that. So he like goes along with it as a joke. He doesn't believe anything magical and think anything's gonna happen, but he goes along with it to summon a witch. And it actually worked. And the witch's name is Rurumo, and she comes to grant him a wish, and his original wish was to have a girlfriend, which would have been great for him, but once his friends came and seen him make that wish, he changed it up to just her panties, or some girl's panties or whatever, which was a bad wish on his part, but he thought they'd make fun of him or something. So then he sees that and they was like, well, a girlfriend would have been like the better wish, but it was too late now. He already made that wish, so he gets that wish granted, but in return his life must be given to the witch. So things happen in this anime that prevents him from having his life taken, and so he continues school as normal, saving himself in a way. And then he's running into trouble because of his reputation. And to be honest, his club members is not making it any easier. But he wishes that he could see Rurumo again, and immediately she appears, and she explains to him that the reason his wish was granted was because he has these tickets, which was like in his back pocket. And she told him that there's like 666 tickets, and he used like a few of them already, and her familiar Chiro waits until like the day is up, and she's like, heads home, whatever. So her familiar pays him a visit, Kuta, and tells Kuta basically that, yeah, you got 666 like tickets, you can make all these wishes, but what you don't know and what she doesn't know is that every time you use these tickets, that's your lifeline. That's like your whole lifespan that you're using. Once all the tickets is up, you die. Because that's what was supposed to happen. But he, because of circumstances, like, he managed to change his fortunes. I'll put it that way. So he lived when he should have died, but he was able to, undo what the contract was. But in her world, she gets punished for not taking a life. It seems like she doesn't want to do that, but that's the rule, so she has to follow these rules. So it seems like they gave her the task of giving them these tickets, but didn't tell her that his life would be taken when he used up all the tickets. So that's their way of trying to trick her into, like, the leaders of her world trying to trick her into like finally taking a life or whatever, because she gets punished. And it's basically so you can see the situation. Like, on one hand, he no longer wants to use these tickets because they're his lifespan, and on the other hand, if he doesn't use them, she like the witch. She's the witch, and Rurumo has basically been demoted. So until he uses all the tickets, she won't be a full-blown witch again, use her powers, so he has to use them. But on the other hand, if he uses them, he's dead. And so you have a problem, because he clearly ain't gonna want to use them, but then if he doesn't use them, she can't be a witch. So, and he can't tell her either why he doesn't want to use them. So that makes future episodes pretty interesting as far as how he's gonna deal with this problem. So yeah, I think you guys should give this one a watch, because it didn't grab me in like the others, but I mean, these last two anime I just told you guys about, that was so awesome. So it's like, it's hard to like put this one beside those, but it is funny, just not as funny as Barakamon, and so give it a watch and let me know if you like it, because I think it's something I can enjoy, but not as much as the other two, but it's good enough. So again, give it a watch. And so there you have it, Terror in Resonance, Barakamon and Majimojo Rurumo. And expect a whole lot more, because this is only the third part, and there's a lot more anime out there, so expect the fourth to come soon. And as always, hope you enjoyed it, and thank all of you for watching.